Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nicole Chantell, and if you like makeup reviews, makeup hauls, wig tutorials, head shaped updates, 31 days of Halloween, Friday vlogs, and all that good stuff, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become a part of my makeup family. With all that being said, let's jump right into this video. So today I only have a full face of foundation on because we are going to be testing out some products that were sent to me from the company called BeautyBigBang. They have reached out to me and they asked me if I'd like to test out some of their products. I was like, sure, why not? I thought that was really kind of them to reach out to me because you guys all know I always buy all of my products. I'm not on no PR list, no nothing. It's just me buying my products. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. So when they reached out to me, I was just really thrilled. And I said, yes, I would love to review your products. They did send out 3 products to me. They sent out an eyeshadow palette, a brush set, and also a matte liquid lipstick. Along with that, they did send me a 10% discount code for you guys, which I thought was really sweet. So when you go to the cash, you could go ahead and use Nicole X10 and get 10% off your purchase. I'm not making no money from this. They just sent it out to me as a gift. And like I said, I thought that was so sweet. And then also to give back to you guys as well. So I'm going to let you know what I think of the products. I will list all the prices up on the screen as I'm talking about the product. See how well they play out. Hopefully they play out good because I did open it up, took some pictures of it. They do look really nice. So I'm really hoping that they look that nice, that they will work really nice on my face as well. So here's the package here. Now I will have to say it did take some time to get to me, but with the weather, that's all you could do. So let's open these goodies. So here are the 3 products that they sent me. I have to say that they packaged it really well with the brushes. I'm really super impressed with that, along with the matte liquid lipstick and the eyeshadow palette as well. Now I did go ahead and pick out the products that I wanted to test out, which I thought was really great. So then therefore I'm like, okay, these are the tones of like eyeshadow that I really like. This is kind of a tone of a matte liquid lipstick that I like, and I really love the design of the brushes. So I thought that was great as well, that I could choose what I could test out. So the first product that I'm going to be talking about is their 9-pan eyeshadow palette. I really love the tones in here. This one here is number 5. Like I said, everything will be listed down below for you guys to check out. I really love the packaging, really nice and simple. I did go ahead and pick out these shadows, and I was really impressed because what they show as the picture actually shows true to the palette itself. So I was really happy with that. I am going to be inserting swatches for you guys so you can see how well they swatch on the hand. Here's the eyeshadow palette here swatched on my hand. Now this palette contains mattes and shimmers, and of course the lighter shades you're really not going to be able to see because where I am so pale, but I think they are going to make great for a transition color. As for the darker shades, I'm really impressed with them. Super nice. When you dip your fingers into them, they are really nice and soft and creamy. So what I have to say about this palette is that they swatch really nice. I love the lighter shades. I think this shade here is going to be making a really great all over shade. This one here will definitely make a good transition shade. And this shade right here, which is a really nice shimmer, I think this is going to be really beautiful for underneath the brow bone and also in the inner corner of the eye. I will have to say this dark brown shade here, at first when I swatched it, I was having a little bit difficulty with getting any color from it. So I kind of had to keep swatching it and going over it, and finally I was able to get color, and the payoff is really beautiful. But that was the only one that I really had any problem with. All the rest of them swatch really gorgeous. And here is the 7-piece unicorn makeup brush set. This is a synthetic brush set. They packaged them really well. This is for the eyes, the face, powder, and foundation. And I love the fact that they put these little sleeves on them. I'm actually going to keep them because I think they'd be great for traveling. But look at the design of the brush. It's super beautiful. It definitely reminds me of a unicorn's horn, that is for sure. Really nice and soft. I just really love them. They're really nice and light as well. So I am going to be using these brushes while I apply my eyeshadow and contour and bronzer. But I already applied my foundation with my beauty blender because I really don't like to use brushes for my foundation. So for the foundation brush, I'm sure I'll come up with something to use it for. But I have to say, so far, I'm really impressed with these brushes. So now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, the lightest shade, and I'm going to be applying this all over my lid with the really nice fluffy brush. Now I'm going to take the precision brush and I'm going to go in with this beautiful like light pink shade, and I am going to put this in my transition. The next shade I'm going to go in with is this shade right here, and I'm going to go back in with a precision brush and I'm just going to apply a small amount to my transition. Holy, that is like super pigmented. Now the next shade that I'm going to go in with is the brown shade right here. I'm really curious to see how well this is going to play on the eyes because I did have a problem with swatching it, and I am taking that eyeshadow brush once again. And I'm just going to apply that shade right here on the outer part of my eye. So I'm really impressed with how well that brown shade applied to my eyelid, because when I first swatched it, I wasn't really picking up anything. I had to swatch it a few times to really get a good swatch, but I'm super impressed with how well it played on the eye. Blended out really nice as well, as you could tell. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to take the precision brush and I'm going to apply that brown shade, and I'm just going to build it in here into my crease. Now the next shade that I'm going to go in with here is this beautiful like shimmer shade, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it with my finger and not with the brush. Now I'm going to go in with the orange shade, the brown shade, and this like reddish shade, because I want to use as many shades in this palette as I possibly can. And I'm going to be applying 3 of these in my lower lash line. Going to go in with that red shade before I clean it up, and I'm just going to apply that right under my lower lash line. Now I will have to say that there is a little tiny bit of fallout right here on my nose area, but that's okay because I could just go ahead and dust that off. So there we go, I went ahead off camera and I applied some lashes and liner. So far I'm really loving this eyeshadow look. Now I'm going to go ahead and contour my face. I am going to go in with the Benefit Cheek Prey palette, and I'm going to be using this more of a denser, I guess, a contour brush. I really love the feel of their brushes, like they are super smooth. So for contouring I am going to go in with Hoola Light right here. Now I'm going to go in with the blush brush and I'm just going to buff that out. This blush brush is super soft. Oh my goodness. It is really nice quality. I'm like really impressed with these brushes so far. So now I'm going to go in with the blush brush and I am taking the shade Dandelion right here. Now the blush brush picked up a nice bit of product. Now I do notice that there is one little hair that just came out of the brush. So as you can tell, I'm now pulling on the brush and there's no shedding whatsoever, because there's nothing worse when you have brushes that actually shed onto your face and they're so irritating. So it was just the one little tiny hair that shedded from this brush. Now next I'm going to be applying this matte liquid lipstick. It is in the shade number 2. Like I said, everything will be listed down below, so if there's anything that you guys like, then it's there for you guys. But I'm really loving this shade. I really hope that what it looks like in the bottle, it's going to be that pigmented as well on the lips. Hopefully it's not going to be too drying, because where it is a matte liquid lipstick, you all know I love matte liquid lipsticks. I'm all about matte lipsticks. So I will really truly know if it's super comfortable, if it's really drying, if it's transfer proof, but this shade is stunning. And there's a little bit of a smell. It's like a sweet kind of candy smell. Whoa, that's like super purple. That's like really pigmented. Now, as for the matte liquid lipstick, I feel like I have to go in with a second coat. It is really pigmented. As you can tell, I didn't even re-dip it back in. That was just first application. So there was a lot of product on this little tiny doe foot applicator. But I don't know if you guys could tell that you could kind of see a little bit of light spots right here in the center and on top. and really I should have lined my lips. A lot of dark colors have a tendency to bleed, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go get a liner and I'm going to line my lips, and then I'm going to apply a second coat to see how well that works. But it's like there's no tackiness, it's not drying on the lips. Actually, it's really comfortable on the lips, despite the fact that it did bleed a little tiny bit, and it's just a little bit of light right here in the center of my lip. But let's fix that problem with lip liner and reapply it again. So I went ahead off camera and I lined my lips with the Kylie Jenner Junebug lip liner. Now I'm going to go back in with the matte liquid lipstick, and I'm going to go ahead and apply a second coat. So there we go, there is the matte liquid lipstick applied. I did have to go in a total of 3 times to apply a nice coat, because whatever it was in the center of my lips, it just kept on fading, but everywhere else was really nice. It was just the center of my lips, the color really wouldn't stay. But after applying it 3 times, it finally stayed. The pigmentation is really beautiful. I love the color of this. Really comfortable on the lips as well. Even though I applied it 3 times, it still feels like there's nothing on my lips. Now the question is it transfer proof? That is the true test to a matte liquid lipstick, because you know, you all don't want your matte liquid lipsticks or just your regular lipsticks, you all don't want them to transfer. So that's really great to know that it doesn't transfer at all. But like I said, I had to apply it 3 times in order to get it to look all equal on my lips. So here's the final look that I created with all the products from Beauty Big Bang. What do I think of these products? First, let's talk about this eyeshadow palette. I absolutely love this eyeshadow palette. I think the shades in here are so beautiful. I didn't use 2 shades. The only 2 shades I didn't use was this pink shade and this other like kind of a rosy shade, but I used all the other shades. Now I will have to say with the brown shade here in this palette, like I said in the beginning of this video, when I swatched it, it wasn't really coming out really pigmented on my hand. I had to like warm it up, let's say, to really get a good swatch. But once I did, it worked beautiful. But when you apply that brown shade onto your lid, it was super pigmented, it blended out really nice, it applied on top of the other shades really, really well. I really love this palette. I love the look that I created with it. I love how well they blended, how they applied to the eye. There was a little tiny bit of fallout, but that was okay because I just took the brush and just dusted it off my face. Once I did, there was like nothing left behind. Really impressed with this palette. I must say that I will definitely be using this for sure to create more looks. I just love this palette. Now for the brushes, I did like the eye brushes. I just wish that this eyeshadow brush had to be a little tiny bit more softer. That's the only thing. Like when you touch it with your finger, it's really nice and soft, but when you're applying the shadows, it's a little bit more harder. I just wish that this was a little tiny bit more softer, but all in all, I do like it. As for the precision brush, I absolutely love this brush. I love how well it applies the shadows to my crease, and it really like just takes that product and you're able to build it up and build it up and just apply it. That's another thing that I liked about those shadows too, that they were really easy to build up. Really love these brushes. As for the blush brush, now it did shed one little hair, which I'm okay with because after pulling on all the brushes off camera, none of them did shed, so I was really happy with that. Really love how nice and soft this brush is. Even though it looks super heavy in the hand because of this beautiful design, it's really not. They are really super light. And I also liked how this brush here as well applied my contour to my face. Really great. All in all, I think these are nice brushes. I definitely think that these are brushes that would be great for somebody starting off in makeup. I just think that they would work really well for them. Also, not only that, I think that they're just really eye-catching and very appealing, really attractive brushes. And I think that they'd be a great gift for somebody who's starting off in makeup. As for the matte liquid lipstick, I love the color. It's beautiful, it's pigmented, but whatever it was, when I was applying it, it just did not want to stay in the center of my lips. I applied it 3 times, and then the second time I had to put a lip liner on because it did have a tendency to bleed, but with some darker shades, they do have a tendency to bleed. I have a lot of other matte liquid lipsticks over there that are darker colors and they bleed, and I know that before I put them on my lips, I had to put on a lip liner, but I wanted to test this out before I applied a lip liner to see how well it worked. But like I said, in the center of my lips, it did move around a bit and it just wasn't applying, but once it applied the 3rd time, you know what they say, 3rd time's the charm. It actually worked. I really love the color. Personally, I love all of these products. I love the finished look that I came up with. I have to say a big thank you to Beauty Big Bang for sending me out these products. Really loved them. really like them. I had to say, for a company that I never ever heard of until they reached out to me, I'm really impressed. And I always like to try different brands, kind of get outside of the box instead of always trying makeup from Sephora or Ulta or MAC or Walmart or drugstore, you know what I mean? It's always nice to try something different. So all their information will be linked down below for you guys to check out any of these products. Don't forget that they did give us a 10% off code. Use the code Nicole ×10. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.